What's up, friends? Got another double dose of Nutsack-alicious today. So you got the dual nutsacks going.
Two nuts in your mouth is better than one.
I'll take your word for it, man.
My balls, your mouth. Let's make it happen.
If you say so.
So he's Let's playing Jade Empire, the last good BioWare game.
Well, I like to think BioWare made a couple good games after Jade Empire, but, to each his own. I mean, I will not be speaking about the Old Republic or Dragon Age 2, but,
aren't the only terrifying things in the Metropolis. They say the Lotus assassins have a special interest in the place. I have nothing more to say on that subject, and you certainly didn't hear that rumor from me.
He's a really terrible guard.
If you're still going in there, just
Saying stuff and then saying he didn't say it.
Yeah. And not really guarding anything. He's like, you shouldn't go in there. Okay, you can go in there.
Yeah, they just did that to get you hyped about what was in there, which is a bunch of annoying ass ghost battles.
Yeah, the freaking spirits that look like they were ripped straight from, like, what's that movie? Spirited Away or whatever, which I'm sure is like some Japanese mythology shit or something.
They always reminded me of those stupid Halloween masks that were in the Scream series. And that the Scream guy or whatever.
Yeah, with the droopy face or whatever, yeah. You gotta watch out, he'll just stab you in the back one day, so, So, yeah, this is probably the most annoying section in the game, in my opinion. Because the ghosts are well, they make that annoying noise. And they unlimitedly spawn, so you gotta constantly fight them.
These are some really profound, articulate ghosts with the kill death intro.
It's because they were laid to rest. They're very angry spirits, or they're lost spirits, so they must kill to find their way or something.
They really added depth of character there with the kill death.
It's to show that their emotions, character exposition, along with this crazy asshole.
You fight like a demon. Those poor lost souls didn't stand a chance against you. I could use the skills of a man like you, an honest.
The obvious creepy guy in the graveyard.
But you can definitely help me with a problem I've been having.
Is your problem not being able to get your dick in a dead body?
I mean, he does some crazy shit with the dead bodies, so,
Peaceful souls are laid to rest.
with your crazy eye.
He's definitely boning dead people.
Yeah. Why do you think his mother-in-law tries to kill him?
He's gotta fill the holes.
Yeah, he's...
Ghosts rising again. I've got
Oh
problems.
my god, yeah, this...
No one seems to want to stay dead.
Yeah, you got problems with the stories they're gonna tell.
Families of the ghosts now.
I love how when you're talking, you just see those floating, like, minty green ghosts in the background just floating around.
Just put the ghosts back where they belong. Quiet them down a bit.
He likes it nice and quiet when he's filling in them holes. He can't have
Can't
distractions.
empty-handed now, can we? So, what do you say?
Say no.
I'll help you fill in some holes.
Yeah, just stare him down. Just stand there and stare at him. That'll show that creepy bastard.
Great.
I like to think that when I'm staring at him, I'm just trying to put the pieces together. of why this guy's so fucking
They just
creepy.
bring themselves back up as fast as I can put them in.
I mean, does he really need to live in the graveyard? I mean, can't he live in the
Take
city and walk to the graveyard?
Good money that way. There are 3
He really needs to
ghosts
reassess his wearing of the do-rag. It really doesn't fit him.
to rent. I'll give you a
Yeah, by the looks of it, he looks like he's probably just a bald motherfucker. What's the point? The do-rag.
If you need a little something to give you an extra edge, I'm sure I can part with some trinkets I've found. I mean, it's not like they'll need them anymore.
Yeah, where'd you get those trinkets?
Why would you go admit that to a stranger, you know?
Yeah, like,
What a dumb fuck.
I'm like thinking like to myself, like, fuck if I'm getting buried here with this crazy fuck.
Well, you know, a few things here and there. They just sort of.
Mind you, he doesn't have anything worthwhile.
They don't need them anymore.
He's just got some shitty gems that are like not worth anything, as you can see plainly. Yeah.
If you need to find me again, I'll be at my house down the road.
So yeah, you can do. We're gonna do these side quests. You can do them a good way, which takes a lot longer, but you can just say fuck it and just kill the spirits right away, which we'll be doing because why not? As you can see, I'm walking on the edges because usually when you walk in the center, those fucking ghosts will appear. So I try to avoid that at all costs, but most of the time it doesn't even matter. They just spawn anyways. Like here's one of the ghosts.
That cheating, lying sow. Sullying the red name, dragging it in the dirt like this, putting me in the dirt. Renfang, if I ever get my claws on you, I'll leave you a stinking, bloated corpse.
Why does he have claws? Isn't he a ghost?
Yeah, I think this guy maybe has a tiger spirit or something.
And after
Yeah.
all I've been through, I won't be cheated of my revenge.
Yeah, we're gonna fuck this guy up. Oh. You're gonna bend on your wife. You're gonna die. Yeah, these guys pose no threat whatsoever. See, that's one down, 2 to go. Easy as that. Although, if you do it the good way, you gotta, like, go find his wife and all that shit, and you gotta fight these I like how they put them, like, on the opposite screen so that you're guaranteed to get a hit. They're guaranteed to get a hit on you.
Yeah, most people when they first play this, they only do focus on the weapon style because it's so powerful. But then you kind of get screwed here by doing that because you've got to have a martial style for the ghosts. You end up coming up short. That's what I did the first time I played this game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't. I focused more on magic, and that doesn't work at all either. So well, can't do anything there. All right, we get to.
Is someone there?
Yeah, the last 2 ghosts are in this area right here.
Have you come to torture me more? Have you come to see me suffer here unavenged? No one cries for Merchant Bai.
Maybe because your name's Merchant Bai.
You seek to destroy me as
He
well?
wants people to cry for him?
Yeah, like what are you trying to do? Like make me shed a tear for you? Yeah, take this, Merchant.
I wonder if he wants some French fries with that Whamburger.
Get yourself a Weineken, maybe.
Please,
Now you got this motherly ghost right here.
where has Shen taken him?
I don't know, lady, but I'm here to disperse your spirit.
Where is he? What has he done with my baby? Give him to me and I'll tear the answer out of him.
You can also, yeah, just trick the gravekeeper or whatever, to come here and she'll kill his ass. That's another way you can get evil points. But we'll just beat the ever loving shit out of this mother. There you go. See, it's all done. At 5 minutes, if you're good and like do everything, that quest will take up to like 30 or 40 minutes. So that's why it's a little better to do it evil. Unless you're good, then you're sort of obligated to sort of help these people out. But you know. Oh yeah, we're doing this the side quest for that. Is this the one? I think it is the little girl. You're helping that little girl out. Well, not really, but we'll see. So since we're in the necropolis, we're gonna upgrade the the 1,000 cuts and the hidden fist, since they're the only ones that really work on the spirits. If I can make a fucking decision. Oh, that's the wrong place. Never mind. I want to go in there when those fucking things go up. That's also an easier way to fight the guys, is to slow down time, but it also really like your focus goes down really quickly by doing that, so you can't do it too often, unfortunately. Notice also how those their projectiles they shoot, they heat seek at you, so and they have unlimited block apparently too. So yeah, if you can basically fight these guys, you know, then you've basically fought the hardest enemies in the game. At least until you get to the last area of the game.
Yeah, this part, the last, right before you fight Lee, and when you go to the Fox Demon realm or whatever, those are probably the hardest parts of the game. Just really annoying enemies.
Yeah, because the Fox Demon, or the Fox Spirit or whatever, they have all the freaking horse demons and frog demons, which are annoying, and then, yeah. But you'll see once we get into the later areas. So yeah, that right here is we're gonna do that little side, well, with her, yeah.
Wait here. There's a small hole in the wall, just around the side. I'll sneak in and
Nice
open the door.
camera angle of my badass tattoo.
There. The ghosts are just beyond the door. They haven't noticed me yet. I think I'll just wait here for you to clear the ghosts. The artifact is supposed to be in the room at the end of the tomb. Once you're there, I'll catch up with you.
So we got new enemies, and a new sort of enemy. We got to fight the mummies or whatever, which are a lot easier to fight than the ghosts or the lost spirits, because most everything works on them except for, well, I think even magic works on them, and they just use the white demon style, that super strong but slow style, except it has a chance to make you all confused or whatever.
Tempest.
Did he just say damn it?
I think he said Tempest, I could be wrong. Well, no, I think, yeah, he did say when he got hit. But yeah, this quest is probably, well, this part's really easy, but at the end you have to fight I take that back, the lost spirits are really annoying, but well, we'll see once we get into there. Once we fight like the head ghost or whatever. Yeah, that was the end. Those things are annoying as hell. You just like come off right at the end of battle. You're like heal yourself up, and then bam, you get a face full of fire. And
maybe that'll teach your character to wear a shirt sometime.
yeah, these things right here, the red ministers.
More intruders. My tomb has lain sacrosanct for centuries, and now mortals tread on my very ashes. Your corpse.
I like his hat. I would look so badass just walking down the street with that. Most likely hitting people in the face with it, you know, just with those like 3 foot, you know, whatever those little lips are on the edge there. But yeah.
If I was involved in this, in writing this game, I would definitely put some ghosts that weren't demented, you know, just stayed in this realm to maybe because they wanted to chew some more tobacco or something, or, you know, just like looking at titties or something like that, just hanging around because of that, you know, no demented intentions or anything like that, just sort of like, whatever, I like titties, so I'm still here.
Yeah, just not have some ghosts that are just like thrive on like murder and like death and all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I was really disappointed in this part in the game. I thought there'd be some, like, I think in general I felt this way about this game. I kept expecting some Eastern mythology and spirituality to really take center stage, but it's always just sort of superficially there. They didn't really explore that many of the themes or anything like that.
Yeah. Although this guy is probably one of the most annoying, because like every time you hit him, he gets a portion of health. Like almost every time. Like, no, it's every time he hits you, he gets some health, and if he does his charge attack, he gets like a big chunk of health out of you. And yeah, the radius is like really big, so it's almost impossible to, even with your dodging capabilities. And he heals himself no less. See that like little bright red light? That means he just like took a chunk of my health. And, Jesus Christ, I'm about to die. And nothing works on him like swords. You gotta use martial styles against him. Fucker. The best thing you can do is really just try and get him in a corner and hope to God that he doesn't spam that health. By the skin of my teeth. Jesus Christ.
I got it. Let's get out of here before... Dad, did you hear that?
I like the fly noise in the background you can barely hear.
I'm glad you're looking forward to this. I'm just gonna hide in here until it's all over.
I think there should be an option where you can persuade the girl to go in and start fighting them for you, you know? I'm sure she could do something for you.
1,000 cuts, hidden fist.
I'll tell you, there's nothing more annoying than surviving that battle and just falling to these mummies right here and having to do that shit all over again.
I don't remember. Can you save during battle in this game?
No, you can't, unfortunately. It's not like, well, that battle music ended abruptly. It's not like, unlike KOTOR, where you can, like, you know, like stop in the middle of battle and save. They took that away from that, unfortunately. I don't know why I accidentally used my sword there.
1,000 cuts.
I was testing out to see if you could use your if your sword was charged, if it would hurt him, but it doesn't. Fucking, I hate ice style. That ghost is dead as fuck.
You won't see me cut long sword.
Did you ever use any of the support styles, like the paralyzing, like the Storm Dragon or the Hidden Fist?
Yeah, I never did that because I always am so concerned about picking a style and maxing it out, and they just don't seem like they're really worth the investment. Because you got to pick your styles pretty early on and try to max them out, you know. The first time I played, I went crazy and did a bunch of styles, but it sort of bites you in the ass by the end.
Yeah, because at the very most you can max out your 4 styles. That's why, like, when I played this game, you saw, like, I only maxed out only the styles I needed to, because, yeah, you barely get enough, even if you, like, max to level 30. Same with, well, that was a little different because, like, after this, you come off, like, playing KOTOR and something like that, and KOTOR, you can basically choose whatever you want within your range. Like, you know, if you're light side or whatever, it's not like you can really choose dark side powers if you're light side. Well, properly anyways. You would think you'd be able to do the same in here, but no, you sort of have to stick with the 4 set skills.
Ordinary, except for maybe this writing. It doesn't make any sense. Conductor, cog, and a bit of iron. Don't play with the tiger. Whatever that means.
That's another sort of hint in that side quest that that we will not be doing, but
I have nothing of value to give you. You can have everything in the tomb.
you will give me the bowl now. Just condemn this girl to a life of slavery. That's very nice.
I have to go now. Shuji is waiting.
I tell you, some of the choices in this game are really hard to make and fucked up. Like, sometimes you'll see me struggling, like, wanting to choose the good choice, and I'll have to be like, oh fuck, I'm playing an evil character. Especially if you're living, you know, just playing as a total, like, fucking masochistic, you know, character, which you can play that way, which is, you know, really fucked up.
I think you mean sadistic.
Yeah, sadistic. I retract that statement. I don't judge, you know, if you're masochistic, go for it, man. Whatever floats your boat, you know. Peace, man. Keep, you know. Accidentally skipped that dude. Oh well. No one gave a shit what he was about to say anyways. Basically, his a ghost is out there and we have to get rid of it for him. A ghost with no head, apparently.
1,000 cuts. Hidden fist. 1,000 cuts.
I'll tell you, the only complaint I have about the 1,000 cuts is that a lot of the time it's hard to hit people with compared to the other styles.
It's probably one of the most fun to use because you can just jump around and wail out on people. It does get pretty repetitive, though.
Yeah.
I guess you could say that.
But I did play,
My mother and
probably one of the coolest styles is the White Demon, especially when you upgrade it all the way. It's like super powerful.
at me even in death. You got what you deserve. Do you hear me? You deserved it.
You're an odious little man, you know that?
But any good
It's nice how everybody in the graveyard acts like they're in a horror movie, like
I guess you
Yeah. I guess living amongst the dead turns you into the, I don't know, some character from the Evil Dead movies or something.
people need love Now, going
Yeah.
back to those ghosts I told you about.
He's talking about fucking dead
Can't
people.
get a good day's work done with them still around.
They need to just like put some old guys in there walking around talking about you're doomed. You're doomed.
This sure is a killer.
Doomed. You're all doomed.
What do you need?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
What about
Just following this guy pointing at him all day, keep saying you're doomed, just floating around.
Can't have her going off and trying to rip out my eyes or something every time I go around there. I need those eyes. Here's the reward, I promise you.
The thing I want to know is, you obviously killed his mother-in-law, or dispersed her spirit. What's the deal with his wife? Like, what happened to her? Like, is he one of the holes he fills in, quote unquote, or like, you know?
Well, that makes things
I think she's probably pretty pissed because she's witnessed him filling so many holes at this point.
once again.
It just enrages her what a disgusting little turd he is.
Here's the reward. Now, if you find
Yeah.
good riddance. Hells, it was probably his old lady that offed him in the first place, and for good reason too, I bet.
I don't.
Here's, you know, we've done a lot of good here in the Necropolis.
I don't know how to counteract
Managed
that.
to clear out pretty much all of the troublesome spirits here. One spirit didn't stay here at all, though. Took up his body and left. Moved in with his son, I heard, and the son isn't pleased. He even asked me for a refund. Now that was an expensive burial. I can't give refunds like that.
How's it expensive? You just dig a hole and throw a body in it, and you just
That's
you know.
where you come in.
Yeah, I need a dust,
I
seriously.
need you to go to the Tanners in the city core and put his father back in his grave once and for all. It's Tanner Fong.
Tanners. You think maybe Bob Saget's gonna be there? You know, maybe
Is there any... What?
yeah, we will not be doing that because it's we have to go all the way to the like, it's near the arena or whatever, and it's not worth it. You just get a little some extra gold and stuff like that. See, look at that shit! Those fucking missiles, they just follow you even though he shot directly ahead, and I get behind them and they follow me nonetheless. Fuck that shit.
I don't know if you heard this, but they're gonna make the Mass Effect movie, and Ashton Kutcher is gonna play Shepard.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome, and
I think, God, what's his, God damn it, what's his name? Seth Rogen's gonna play Joker.
you mean Seth Green, the guy who is Joker anyway?
No, Seth Rogen. He's gonna be Joker that always smokes weed all the time and just eats uncontrollably.
I heard it was gonna be Dax Shepard. And Catherine Zeta-Jones is gonna play Liara. And Vin Diesel's gonna play Garrus.
I think Macho Man's gonna play what's his name? Who's that dude from the third one? The super bulky James. He's gonna play James. He's gonna be James. Yeah. He's gonna be like, "Oh, Shepard." That sounds more like Rex. Maybe he should play Rex instead. I don't know.
I think The Rock should play Rex.
That's a good. Yeah.
This site was to be my father's tomb. I doubt
See, look at that
he used
that
his
that
hand as
that
point.
depth in that. You know, just beautiful. Assassin's Creed ain't got shit on this.
Yeah, there's a real graphical improvement over KOTOR, and a lot of the level design is nicer. There's a lot of nice overlooks and things like that. Big improvements there over KOTOR, but you know, You can't argue with the story of KOTOR and the way they did things. It's a lot better than this.
What do you think Sagacious Sue's sneaking around for?
The most feared group in the Empire. And I've asked
I don't know, maybe he's filling some holes.
I think Sagacious Sue is above that personally, but you never know.
But, you know, everybody knows Morrowind is the best game ever made, and they're never going to top it.
Oh, shit.
They're never going to get better than Morrowind. They need to just go ahead and put Morrowind out for Android.
And I think they should do it so, like, every enemy you fight is just a stronger version of a cliff racer.
Yeah, they should just make everything every enemy the cliff raiser.
Yeah, you just go into a city, and you just hear that screech, and just a flock of diseased cliff racers just coming at you. You're just swinging uncontrollably, hoping to the love of God that you hit it, but...
Those flying spells in that game were fun as hell, though. When I first discovered that, I was pretty happy.
Yeah, because it cuts the traveling down, and plus you can fly and rain fireballs down, like just the apocalypse on any fool dumb enough to cross your path. So basically, that was just the character exposition of the romance with the princess. Basically, I'm only doing this. Well, you'll see the payoff later on. And I don't mean a Mass Effect sex scene or anything like that. So Fox News doesn't get their dick spin out of shape.
Yeah, they sort of milk that cow too hard in Mass Effect. It's like, it was exciting at first, you're like, oh, romance, that's cool, wow, great, I want to do that. And then the second time you're like, okay, another romance, all right. But then by the end, it's just sort of, that's a problem with Mass Effect. They keep the same equation for everything and just run it right into the ground. At this point, I don't really care anymore, It's like, oh, a decision? Great. It's always really obvious what the good, bad decision is. There's no real story depth anymore, and it's sort of like, okay. Do I feel like playing a game where I get to be generically good or bad?
At least with the KOTOR had the light and dark side, and this one has the philosophies and stuff like that. So you sort of choose your path and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's at first it's really fun because it really feels like you're making the choices and guiding the game. But at this point, the choices are always so black and white that you end up feeling guided in your choices, There's no... Mass Effect did an okay job about... You can be gray about certain things, but... At this point, I don't really feel like I'm making a character anymore. I'm just sort of watching the choices they've given me play out.
I think it was better, yeah, like, when EA took over, that was when it sort of got, like predictable and, sort of, like, cut and dry sort of, choices in combat and stuff.
I think they've been formulaic since KOTOR 1. They haven't really developed their method any at all. And, for a lot of people, that's what they want. For me, it's just sort of, I'm bored at this point. I'm not going to buy any more of their games. Until somebody can come out with something original. That's really all I care about.
Or a KOTOR 3, of course.
Yeah, I'd be on board for that just because, I've already done the first two. I might as well see how it ends. But, it's going to be really hard for them not to disappoint a majority of people at this point, Or they could just get Obsidian to write it, and then they'd be okay.
Yeah. As long as they just sort of steer clear of like like I haven't played the Old Republic, but it's basically like, from what I gather, like they exactly like Mass Effect, but with a Star Wars setting. Basically, as long as they do something like different, then I'll be perfectly happy with it.
I enjoyed these games how they there's no voice or whatever. Your character, you don't hear them speak the dialogue. So in this weird way, like, it gives it more replay value. Like, I can't replay Mass Effect because it's that same voice again, you know, and it ends up being the same character. But in this, you kind of make up the voice in your head, so you kind of feel more like it's your character or something.
Yeah, like the only time you hear it is like the grunts and the fighting, like, you know, sounds. So, you know, the first time I played this, I was like, I hope if you're evil enough you get those cool black hands like the assassins, but you don't, which is sort of weak sauce, but oh well.
Yeah, they struck a nice balance in with the voice acting in Mass Effect, because it's sort of a blend of RPG and more cinematic things, you know. It's like guided cinema, like player-controlled cinema or whatever. So that's nice because it's just a ground not a lot of people touch on, and it's really hard to get right. But they did a fairly good job with it. But at past Mass Effect 1, I don't really like the storylines at all. So, yeah. So, not that the writing was all that great in the first place, but it's really gone downhill the past, I guess, 3 or 4 games. I never played any of the ore stuff, but I played all the Dragon Age Mass Effect, and like I said, at this point, I'm tapped out.
I think BioWare's always had like good voice acting, even if like, yeah, like KOTOR 1, like the graphics are aged a bit, like the lip syncing's like looks a little weird maybe or something like that, but the voice acting's still there, and I like the the languages they created in the game as well.
Yeah, I think everybody was pretty blown away by that one. I mean, it's a little dated at this point just because of the gestures and the body movement of the characters didn't age all that well. It looks jerky and mechanical by today's standards, but at the time, I didn't really notice that. I was actually the opposite. I noticed that it seemed kind of natural how they'll like sway during the cinematics, and you know, it seemed so good to me at the time, but now it didn't age all that great. But
yeah. Although I will agree, playing Dragon Age 1, like, even though the graphics, I'd say Dragon Age 1 look a bit better than KOTOR. I say a bit, like it's like KOTOR 0.5 as far as graphics, but that game, just the amount of hand gestures they use is really annoying to me because I only fixate on. It looks like they have sort of Parkinson's or something like that, just waving their arms. Look, people don't talk like that, like as often as they like wave their arms around like that.
Yeah, that's pretty janky. I really didn't like the character models at all in the first one. They were just really generic, really terrible, and like the giant hands and feet and heads, it looked really stupid if you ask me. They sort of rectified that in the second one, but with all the problems the second one had, it really didn't matter all that much that they rectified that.
Yeah, at least Fable had an excuse since it was all cartoony or whatever. But yeah, I guess that'll wrap up this session. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks Nuxacolicious for joining us. Peace out.